stay connected. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Number 4. 107, 109 Homer Ave, area variance. I saw Drew walk in.
Hello.
State your name and sign in if you could there, Andrew.
Thank you. Andrew Pierce.
And could you explain the need for your area variance, please, sir?
The project located at 107, 109 Homer Ave is where we're placing our business, the Frosty Caboose. It's been a long vacant lot. The area that we're looking to have be the parking lot has been vacant and stone since 1982. Our proposal is to keep it stone, keep it in the same exact spot. The request for variance is so that we can have parking in the front. Front yard, it says here. We're saying in front of our business, just because it's more conducive to the business and the neighborhood setup as it is. And stone, to remain stone as it has for, my math is off right now, forever. It's been stone forever. Cost prohibitive right now with asphalt and concrete. Would really put us in a bind if we had to get asphalt. At this time, we are willing to consider a time limit for the variance. I would ask that there'd be a permanent variance on both matters. If you stand in our parking lot and turn around, you'll see Bailey's Karate with parking in the front. It would seem silly, for lack of a better word, to have a business across the street with front yard parking and not offer the same for our business. And also, as far as the asphalt, like I said, we would be willing to in the future. Our main goal is to get it up and running and maybe have some more revenue to provide, to pay for that cost.
I guess question would be, did you kind of come up with the layout of your site layout of your parking? You know, kind of what was your thought process on your layout of that site?
So we worked with an engineer, Timothy Buell, on the site design with consideration of the existing layout, being a floodway. I'm not sure where it was decided or designed to have our caboose set back at that angle, so it wasn't on the culvert. So it was several things came into play when we decided that layout would work the best. The entrance and exit points, entrance off Homer Ave, exit onto Brown Ave was a consideration, so we weren't having vehicles pull back out onto Homer Ave.
So there's that 40-inch huge tree there that was right under the trees.
That tree was graciously came down.
Has it come down?
God's, I don't know what you call it, act of God, took it down and it's not there anymore.
So my comment, I guess, would be like a little idea of more, so you really set the caboose back on the site, so, which I like it for some views, but from some places, you know, if you're wanting to see it, to come take a pasture site or something, if you're going north on Homer Ave, you're not going to see your building until you're already past there or something. So just consideration of like the lot layout, what you know, I've seen seen the one in Grind, they're nice looking, I think if you were out there, a little more standing out there, it's great, like, icon for like that corner, kind of in the corner, not hide it back in the corner of the lot, where you might not see it on the Homeward Ave, or especially from the wire pool, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, some of our consideration was also the tables and chairs. We wanted those to be visible. Part of the business model is, the thought was if people see people there sitting and dining and enjoying themselves, but if they were hidden behind the caboose, it'd be like, yeah, nobody's there, we don't go there. But if there was some people, because we're gonna have tables in the lot with the red and white umbrellas, so more of a visual kind of drawing from the street and to not prohibit the view of the customers and the activity going on.
Yeah, no, I get that for sure. That's understanding. The 10 by 38, if you put that out in the middle, you're going to see all the way around that from either way and be able to tell people it's sitting there on the screen. Just kind of the idea of filling up that lot with like, that's your kind of rather than tucking it back in there, to me it makes more sense than, covering up your caboose with your packed parking lot with cars.
That recommendation actually came from the landlord to kind of set it at an angle.
Yeah, I don't mind the angle.
I mean, it's set back at an angle. He owns the A&W and several other successful businesses, so I took that to some pretty strong credence to set it back and allow for the parking in front if possible.
Drew?
Yes.
Anything you got left on this list that you don't have approved besides us?
For zoning?
For all, because you have your zoning, you have the planning board, all that stuff, everything's ready to go with the exception of the variance, correct? For the parking.
There's still some code things to take care of.
Okay. Because I see we got the copy of the letter from Paul and Bo that has all the information on it, which is actually very nice to see. So what you're looking for is just an area variance to either be able to keep that gravel or keep it gravel for a certain amount of time, just to get yourself started.
And parking.
Parking in the front, which is every business that we have, everybody in town. We just we don't have a section of the code that is special for business. It's every plot. And
we are making sure to adhere, I don't know if you have the full plan with the green space, the 3-foot buffer, 3.5-foot buffer zone off the line. We're actually over there designing that now, behind with railway ties and soil and green foliage, and the grass areas are going to be, all the dining areas is going to be grass with tables, not the stone or gravel. So we're going to make sure that it's landscaped professionally, and if we do add fencing around, we'll make sure that that's all per the requirements, 4 foot where we need it.
Yeah, I think for my comments were more of coming from fine. I would 100% say yes to this. It'd be more of like, hey, don't cover up your nice looking train with a bunch of cars in your front parking lot, because that's not really
Yeah.
It's not a big
I
thing.
didn't want to cover it up with our nice deck either, but
Yeah.
we did.
It is a nice looking deck, though.
It should be nice looking.
The sign, I think the positioning of the sign is going to be quite visible from all directions, pretty much, except maybe Brown Ave, but you're going to be right on top of it if you come up now.
Any other questions for Mr. Pierce?
Are there any codes against this? Any codes, zoning codes or anything?
Well, you're addressing the two issues.
Two issues with
The front yard parking is something that I'm revisiting. I'll be bringing it to planning. When they wrote the new code book in 2019, they put this section, this is not the only thing they put in without discussing with us, requiring all parking be behind the building, no parking in the front street. And they made an exception for the business area, regional business area around where the interstate is, where Clinton goes, out to the interstate, then they allow it. But down Port Watson,
Every single thing.
you know, it's in contradiction to every business we have, pretty much. I guess the hope was eventually all those buildings would crumble, and when you rebuild them, you would build them closer to the street, but I don't see that happening. So this may go away. The front yard parking requirement may go away sometime this year. So the only thing is gravel versus asphalt. Or the other issue is gravel versus asphalt. And of course, every business is required to have an asphalt or concrete surface. And that's the way it is.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor? Thanks, Drew.
Yes, sir.
How long did we give Guthrie?
I'm sorry?
How long did we give Guthrie on that lot?
Oh, I don't know right off how, in order to be gravel. I'm thinking it was last June, I think, so it was about a year. And they're coming with their plans this month, the planning.
We gave him 2 years, right?
I'm not sure if we gave him 2
Is that what we
years.
did? Do you remember? We're the only ones that were here.
I
Yeah,
mean, I remember the discussion where they were willing to give, but I don't remember if we know it was 1 or 2 years. But another observation I have for this one is won't be open in the winter, so you're not gonna have issues with
Right,
plowing.
you're not plowing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's a little bit of a consideration. I honestly don't know.
Guthrie was given at least a year,
I thought we gave him 2.
maybe, could be.
Because they were gonna be a year in the planning,
Those are big projects.
and then we were gonna be turning around on them.
Yeah.
Right, so we gave them turnaround time.
Right.
Cat Hospital, how long we give them?
Well, I can go downstairs and do the research if you want.
But still, we've done it before.
Yeah.
It's up.
So I don't have a problem with the gravel. I think it looks good as long as you don't let weeds and grass like grow up through your parking lot type of thing.
We also can't let the code slide.
Can't
So-
let the code slide, and another issue you have there, that when they do pave it, there's going to be some engineering involved, because it's right on Dry Creek, so
Mhm.
there's gonna have to be control of where the runoff goes.
Right.
So that's gonna take some time to engineer.
Yes,
Temporary.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
That keeps the precedent where it belongs, but then gets a good business into a neighborhood that really needs it.
I would say 2. I mean, we probably gave Guthrie that long
I
because of
figured
the
we
size
did.
of the project. And in this instance, the income stream, the cash flow is seasonal, so that gives them more time to build up some revenue to do it.
Okay, let's go through our questions. Whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the variance? Nope. Whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible to the applicant to pursue other than merely a variance?
I would say yes.
How is he gonna get it some other way?
Blacktop it. Or like that.
Right, but to he's applying it not to blacktop.
Right, so.
So what are the,
So we're looking, you're thinking for that section.
Well, I'm just saying, like, he doesn't need to ask for variance when substantive determined.
let's take a guess. You do? Whether it's the request.
On the second,
What's that?
on the second question, sir.
No. Whether the requested variance is substantial, I say yes.
Yes.
proposed variance will have an adverse effect and impact on physical environment conditions in the neighborhood or district. I would say no.
I mean, even if it's gravel, that surface is impervious anyway.
And that's what it's been.
It's been, and it's a
Forever.
rough lot, so.
Where the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration should be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting the area variance. Yes.
Gotcha.
Do I have a motion? Anybody want to make a motion up for me?
Motion.
I move that we approve the area variance for 107, 109 Fort Ave with the contingency that the parking area be paved according to code no later than 2 years from the state.
Second.
I was like,
All in favor?
Approved with the contingency that the lot paved
The parking area be paved no later than 2 years from the state.
Oh, that's great, thank you. Second by
Kyle.
Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? You're all set. Okay, thank you.
Stay connected. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.